Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Prophetic Solutions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning plugin development tutorial using Boilerplate. This is our sixth part of this video session series in which we will discuss about how can we include our assets file like JS and CSS to our plugin folder structure. In our last video session guys, we had discussed about including menu sections and submenus with Boilerplate. And also guys, if you are beginner to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and keep watching our previous video sessions that we have made under the playlist of Boilerplate. Okay. So in this video session guys, basically we will include all these assets file that I have listed. Like we will include our bootstrap CSS file and bootstrap JS files with our plugin folder structure. And this file is basically purpose for the responsive pages. Okay. Also we will include about jQuery validation JS file, which basically responsible for our form validation. Also we will include notifyBot.js when we suppose save any data from our plugin. When we delete, edit any operation, if we perform, then by the help of a notification message we will show those messages to the user. Okay, and this is possible only by using notifybot.js file. Okay, and finally we will include our database table CSS and JS file, because if suppose we want to create our books and playlist, and if you want to list all the playlist into the table section, then the better way to use those tabular structure by using datatables.css file and datatables.js file. Okay, so these are the assets file guys. Actually we are going to hooked up with our plugin folder structure. Okay, so basically before using those files we need to download all these files from scratch. Okay, and in the last video session this is the menu sections that we have developed and the callback functions that we have called, like add playlist, this is the callback function that we have hooked up, and all playlist, this is also a callback function. Okay, so let's get started about the downloading those files and keep those files to our plugin folder structure. Okay, so let's first download the file called bootstrap css and js file. So go to your browser, type bootstrap.main.css cdn. Okay, so you will get the link right below here, as you can see. So when you click on this link, then you will be redirected to this section. Okay, so you need to download two basic files. First it's css file and second it's js file. So basically we will choose called file either bootstrap.main.css file or bootstrap.css file. This is minified version. Okay, compressible and less size. So just need to download this file, and now we need to download the js file. So here is the js version of our bootstrap as well as the minified version. Okay, so how can we download these files? So just click on this link. After clicking on this, just copy this and open into a new tab. Just press enter. So this is the file. Okay, so you just need to right click and click on save as. Okay, so when we click on save as, then after clicking on that you can download that file to your local system. Okay, so basically we have downloaded our bootstrap files. Okay, so let's back to the downloading section of jQuery validation JS files. So now just move to that, and let's back to the file called validation.main.js cdn. Okay, this is the text that you need to write on the Google. So the link that will appear into the second link, as you can see, jQuery validate cdnjs.com. Okay, so when you click on this link you will be redirected to this file. Okay, you need to click on the link right below here. This is the minified version we need to download. Okay, so just click on this link. While clicking on this link, after copying this, just paste it into your browser. Okay, we actually haven't copied that. Just click on that, copy, and let's paste it here. Okay, just click enter, and now we need to save this file. Just click on save as button. Okay, so successfully we have downloaded our bootstrap css and js files and jQuery validation js file. Okay, now the next thing that we need to download is notifybar.js file. Okay, so on Google you need to write jquery.notifybar. Okay, the first link, it is a git repository where you can download that file. Okay, so just click on that. When you click on this link, this git repository will open. Okay, just scroll down, you need to click on this link, jquery.notifybar.js file. Just click on that. So here we are. As you scroll down, then you can see the code that is written inside our notifybar.js file. Okay, so we need to download this file. So just go up and click on the row section. Okay, while clicking on this button, actually we will get the code of this file. And here is the code. Okay, so we need to save this file by clicking on this save as button. Okay, by clicking on that, basically we actually download this file. Okay, so we have successfully downloaded these three basics file for our plugin. Okay, now the next thing that we need to download is about data table css and js file. So go to Google and type data tables cdn. Okay, this is official website of data tables where you can find the js and css link, and when you click on this link you will be redirected to this. Okay, so just scroll down and you can see this is the CDN link of CSS file and this is the CDN link of JS file. Okay, so just click on this link, make copy of that and open up in the next window. And this is the CSS file of data table. Just right click and save as. Okay, so successfully we have installed or downloaded our CSS file of data tables. So same purpose for our JS file, just click on that, just make copy and press enter. Okay, and this is our JS file of data tables. Okay, so before making this video session guys, actually I have downloaded all these basic files that actually we have seen. Okay, and these all files as you can see in my downloads folder. Okay, so all the required structure of these files actually I have downloaded, and now after downloading these files you need to go your editor or your folder. You need to place all these files either in admin section or in public folder. Okay, so step by step we will discuss that how can we actually separate those files into these two folders. In our last video sessions we had also seen that basically the admin folder structure of OWT boilerplate is responsible for the sections which actually render for the admin. Okay, and the public folder is basically responsible to render all the view sections for a user. Okay, so if we want to put any css file, js files and the view sections, then this will render only within this admin area. But when we want to put any css js files for our front end, then in that specific condition we need to move those files in this public folder. Okay, so in this video sessions actually I have placed all those files, means all the downloaded files, inside this admin area. So just I'm clicking on the css, and now this is the file that I have downloaded, bootstrap.main.css file, and this is jQuery datatables.main.js css file. Okay, and now this is the default file, actually css file provided by our boilerplate structure. Okay, so basically we have downloaded these two files for our css section. Just click on js and bootstrap.main.js file, datatables.main.js, notify bar, validate. So all the four files of JavaScript we have downloaded and placed inside this JS folder. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to do, that how can we create the links of these files to our plugin boilerplate structure. Okay, so just scroll down, or instead of scrolling just click on includes folder. When we click on includes folder, just click on class OWT boiler.php file. Just scroll down. Here as you can see that inside our define admin hooks, okay, it actually created an instance. By the help of this instance, in the last video session we have hooked up our admin menu sections. Just click on this class. Okay, and this class is defined within the section of admin folder, and just go inside your admin folder, and after going to admin folder just click on class OWT boiler admin.php. Okay, so this file is basically guys provides you the guide map for providing the links of those files to our folder structure, and here it is. Okay, this is the method in styles. Basically this method includes all the css file actually we had placed in our css folder to our admin area. Okay, so when we define any of the css link in this structure, actually this method has called right below inside this class. Okay, so just go up So basically define admin hooks is the method actually define our hooks to provide all the necessary assets. Okay, so just when we click on this method, then it will be directed to this method right below here. Okay, and now if you scroll here, then you can see that admin enqueue scripts. This is the action hook, basically loads our scripts or assets file to our admin area. Okay, so right below here you can see that the methods actually defined inside our admin class has called here by using this instance, and this is the instance actually created by OWT boiler admin, and this is the class which actually defined within this file, and here it is. Okay, so basically when we actually attach our assets file, then we need to include, so we need to attach those files inside the method called enqueueStyles for the CSS section. Okay, so just I am making copy of this line, paste within that. Let's make 3 times because we have 3 CSS files. Okay, and this is the CSS files actually default, so we need to include our bootstrap first. Okay, so let me say that it's a bootstrap dot main dot css. Okay, what we have downloaded. So the next file we need to include is jQuery datatables.main.css file. Okay, so just go to folder structure, click on that, within inside CSS folder, just make copy of this name. I am clicking on rename section, copy this name and paste it here. Okay, so successfully we have included our bootstrap file as well as data tables file. So now let's include our JS file also. For the section of JS, we have a method called enqueueScripts inside our this class. Okay, so we need to make copy of this section and paste 3 to 4 times because we have several files of JavaScript. Okay, so let's say go to JS folder. First we need to rename this file, copy this name and let's paste it here. Okay, and this file is our bootstrap file. Next the file called it's datatable.js file, just paste it here, and the next file is called jQuery notify bar, just make copy of that and paste inside this. Okay, and then the next thing is jQuery validate.main.js file. Okay, so let's paste it here, and here we have defined our 4 files of JS what we have downloaded, and this is the default JS actually generated by Boilerplate. Okay, so just delete that. I have deleted that file. Okay, and now within inside this CSS folder, just delete file this also because we have no longer use of that file, and also we need to remove this file from here also. So just I have removed. So now we have included our 2 CSS files, and these 2 CSS files includes our 4 JavaScript files. If you go to the folder structure, these 2 CSS files and also inside our JS file, this is our 4 JavaScript files. Okay, so successfully we have included our JavaScript and CSS within inside our admin section. So all these sections, all these script files will appear only for the administrator area. Okay, so if you go to the browser, just go to your setup file and let's go to administrator panel, just refresh this page once more. So when we click on view page source, let's find OWT, let's type boiler. Okay, so not boiler, it's boiler. So when we press enter, then after scrolling that we can see this is a bootstrap file that we have included. Okay, and also we have included our JavaScript files, and let's scroll down. Basically we have found these files, means this keyword only 3 times. This is because guys actually we haven't changed the key for these files. Okay, so just go to your file and we need to change these files name. Okay, so basically this is file called validate.main.js because this seems to be ID of this file, so we need to change the ID of this file, and this is called notify bar.js, and this file should be called datatables.js, and this is called our bootstrap file. Okay, so actually we are going to provide the unique IDs to these files. Okay, bootstrap main.js, and now for the CSS sections we have to do the same thing. and this is the file actually of bootstrap. Let's say bootstrap dot mean dot css, and the next thing is data tables. Okay, so data tables dot mean dot css file. Okay, so when we save this file, we have changed the unique IDs of all these files. Okay, so when we save and just refresh this page, so when we find OWT boiler, then we can see 6 items we have found with this unique ID. Just scroll down, so we can see this is the bootstrap and datatables.mean.css we have included, and this is the ID. Okay, this is the ID actually have appeared. So when we scroll down, then this is the sections that we have included for the bootstrap JS files. Okay, so basically we have included 4 files of JS and 2 files of our CSS. So successfully we have integrated all of our assets with our plugin folder. Okay, so this is how guys actually we include our assets files with admin area. So if we want to attach these assets to our public folder, means if we want to show these files to our public structure, then the same thing that we need to do with the public folder. We need to place all these files to this public folder of CSS and JS folder. So when we click on this link, and this is class OWT public, this file is responsible to provide all the links, all the hooking actions for our public section. Okay, so if we want to attach any of the script and JS sections, then we need to write all these things inside this enqueue styles. Okay, and also enqueue scripts. So basically these 2 methods guys provides all of your accessibility of scripts and JS files with the user section, user interface. Okay, so when we go to browser, when we click on its user interface, means front end section, just go to its source code, and if we find any of the file called OWT boiler, then we can't see any of our bootstrap file as well as any of the JS files actually we have attached with our admin section. Okay, so if you want to attach your JS files and CSS files, you need to provide all these links inside this method of file called class OWT boiler public.php, and basically this file has hooked up into the plugin main file inside this includes folder, and this is a method called define public hooks. Okay, where we have made an instance of that. By the help of this instance, we have called these methods, as you can see, wp increase scripts, where it has called to 2 different methods called enqueue styles and enqueue scripts. Okay, so successfully guys, by the help of these video sessions, we have learned that how can we include our assets file with admin area as well as for the user interface. Okay, so if you have any doubt in this video session guys, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.